Good morning,
I'm too
everyone.
excited for
I'm
the
Krishan
event.
from UG first year, and I'm going to present the trial and death of the Socrates. The first, before going to the why trial started, we have to understand what is the necessity of uh, impeachment or like the trial on Socrates. So the mission is to divine mandate for Delphi's test the consist of knowledge. One of the Socrates' friend went to the Delphi to who is the wisest man in this Greece. So they said the Socrates is the wisest man in the Greece. So to test this statement is true or false, or like true how much this is true, they went to the people and started questioning, and they used the weapon and clause. It means the cross examination. First, what they used to do, they those are the so-called intellectual of the Greek. They used to go to them and they started asking questions to them. Like if they are the professor of economics, they used to say, "What is economics?" So they explain this economics. Okay, what you mean by economics? And in the cross examination, they explain or they observe how ignorant they are about their knowledge. So in that sense, they started questioning the intellectual class of society, and then they started becoming in the sense of envy. They envy to the Socrates because they reveal their ignorance, and their principle is to the unexamined life is not worth living. That's why they kept questioning the context, the uh, the antagonist, because Socrates, when they reveal their ignorance, they think they get they think they get अरे हिंदी में उसको कहेंगे यार, they think they get demeaned by their subject and their knowledge. So they think they are the protagonist and Socrates is the antagonist. And other thing, they have charges of the introducing new gods and misleading the youth. But the reality is Socrates is not a very good looking and handsome guy, which has the very good aura, what we used to call. He's a very simple, not so looking good guy, which is not short heighted. But the reality, they, by their logic and by the way he explains the thing or he gives logic, and he know what he don't know. So youth get inspired by them. Like if Socrates, so that's why youth is very inspired by them. And Socrates used to say, "Don't respect the immoral guys." So if their students see someone, saw someone, so they used to ask for a debate or a discussion, and then they badly criticize them like about anything. Like once a church of a father came to them, they said, "What is God?" No, the church father said, "You should respect the king because he is son of God." Then he said, "If God is having relation with the king's mother, then he is immoral because he is having immoral relationships. So he is immoral." So the fathers think the guys are getting corrupted because of the Socrates questioning method, the Socrates questioning method. So that's why this thing started, like they are rejecting the old gods. But Socrates said that there could be just one God. There could be not God more than one. Because if God is there, so like they should be moral. They cannot be immoral. So that's why this two narration started, like the God, they don't believe in God and they misleading the youth. The trial of the century. They didn't apologize, but they said that this is the service of God because they are pursuing for the truth, the what is the like one real God kind of. And the the thing is, in out of like the whole jury is not against the Socrates, but they lose, like not lose, but they get they proven not guilty. They proven guilty by just, you can see, few votes. The counter penalty he proposed, he will serve free meals to Platinum public beneficator. The verdict is to death, but because of the Delos, they go to the sacred mission. So that's why in that time they want city should be pure. So they refuse to like work. They refuse to uh, refuse the death penalty or postpone the death penalty of Socrates for 30 days. So for that 30 days, this prison become a calm intellectual discourse amidst impending doom. The Socrates, everyone, like we know, everyone I don't know. The prison, they have they they have the option to escape the prison, but they didn't choose because they think if we reply evil with the evil, that is not good. And also, there are people who preach truth, but if you don't die for truth, people think truth is just for preaching, not to practicing. So, and also, if you are in any country and you getting the benefits of living in that country, so if they pass any judgment, so you should also accept that as well. And also, one more angle is this: it doesn't mean Socrates don't want to go, or I don't know, but I think Socrates probably done with their life, because they think this body is a prison itself in the term of seeking truth, because they have some desire, fear, distractions, and the bodily requirements. And the soul is immortal, and you can chase not you can pursue truth without having any hurdles or the boundaries, you can say that. The conclusion: death is a cure, a fitful fever of life. The final sacrifice: the act is, they have three options basically how they want to die. That's the best thing. You should, if you can decide how you want to die. So they have three options: one with the, like, chopping their head, and next one is to poison, and one is this फांसी को अंदर क्या कहेंगे, hang till death. So they choose the poisoned one, consume the poison with the majestic composure. And if you saw somewhere this iconic pose, so they choose dying with the poison. Creto, and the last word is Creto, I owe a cock to Asipus, do not forget to pay it. It doesn't mean they really owe, owe it, own it, but the reality is they think the death is the free from this body thing. So that's why this is a sacrifice of a cock, shows the, like, if God gives to you, you should give them to something, that kind of thing. The meaning of death is healing of soul, the immortal legacy. And probably that time or this time, if we have the option to die for our own truth and logic, we don't want to die. But if you die, you're going to be immortal. So because you die for your what you preached for your whole year. If Socrates didn't die that day, we probably don't consider him as a how we used to consider him, because we think, the guy preached whole life, they are the preacher of morals and truths, and when they have to pick the moral and truth, they run away. So that's why if you are sacrificing, then your sacrifice probably go for the greater good, but don't sacrifice yourself. A failure of a villain, because every time, a famous line is, every time if you kill someone for their ideas, you are highlighting the idea, you are not killing the idea. So the foundation virtue is knowledge. The closing thought, we can say that whether life or death is better is known to God only. But the sources are the trial and death of the Socrates by Pluto. Thank you. The unexamined life is not worth living. So examine your life.